Alright, welcome back. This is episode 19 of Let's Play Jade Empire. We are here in the Tiens Landing boathouse, and I did want to... I'm kind of surprised I can talk to her some more at this point, but I did want to look around, and because I just saved the game because of the episode transition, I figure if we accidentally annoy all her pirates or something, then we can just reload the save. But I'm going to assume this is an RPG and not realistic, and I can go steal whatever I want. I really hate when games like set up that expectation and then you do it and then they yell at you. Like, why didn't everybody else yell at me for stealing their stuff? But yeah, seems to be okay.
You got something to say, you say it to Eileen. She's in charge here.
Already did.
You got something to say, you say it to Eileen. You got something to say, you say it to Eileen.
I guess
She's
that
in
is
charge
all
here.
they say. We've already been out here.
You got something to say, you say it to Eileen. She's in charge here.
I was hoping they might be different, but I guess not. Is that it? Oh, can I go down here? Oh, cool. Well, that would have been very easy to miss. Oh, I love this. That's so cool. You even see the like the pollen illuminated by the sunlight. I remember in my elementary school cafeteria or multi-purpose room, they used to have these big vertical windows, and the same thing would happen. The light would come in. They had actually clerestory windows on the other side too, now that I think about it. And the light would come in, and you'd see just these beams of sunlight illuminating all of the dust, I guess, in the air. But it looked so cool. And whenever I see this, I always think of that cafeteria, which I've heard has since been renovated into a media center, and a new cafeteria and gymnasium have been built. But haven't been back there since. Oh, only one silver. Wonder if it's like a random roll. Alright, can't open that last one, I guess? Nope. That's it.
What do you want?
I was thinking she might have an opinion on this place, but I guess not. Alright, well we have that key. Hopefully they won't mind us having a look around upstairs. Guess not. Again, I feel horrible like ransacking her office for stuff, but we'll pretend my character didn't actually do this. He, just part of the game mechanics. And you could have, like, reached in there and got the gem, or turned upside down and shaken it until the gem comes out. Did you really have to, like, karate kick it? Alright, can't read her journals or anything. Whoa, lots of silver. The Land of Howling Spirits. Oh, that's where Dirge is, I believe. To the west of the Empire proper lies the Land of Howling Spirits, a range of sheer mountains and desolate haunted places. Not many men dwell in this harsh land. It does not support much in the way of communities, and those who dwell there are hardy mountain folk, who rely on themselves and their herd of goats more than trust in nature. There is one exception to this rule. High in the mountains lies a secluded monastery, home to the reclusive and mysterious order known as the Spirit Monks. They tend an unknown charge in their sealed monastery. No one, not even an emperor, has been able to discover what lies within, well, until recently. The monks possess strange powers, but they exist in balance with nature. Eventually that land will be absorbed, and the Empire shall learn its secrets. Not sure if the Empire bothered absorbing the land yet. It is just a bunch of snowy wasteland and mountains. But they did, of course, invade and kill almost all the spirit monks 20-something years ago. So that's interesting that Dirge is actually in the west of the map. I always, in my brain, picture it in the east. And I suppose that probably won't change, because once the location is fixed, it's kind of fixed for good. Is that it? I think that's it. But if you go to the world map here... See, I always thought Dirge was, I guess, like, up there. I'm not even sure I even, like, looked at this map before. But I guess it's really up here, which actually makes more sense. This looks more mountainous. I'm also not sure if I realized that the Order was actually outside of the Jade Empire. Makes more sense that way, though. So the Empire didn't already have it under their control. They had to go attack.
So, how's the husband hunting going? If you find any good prospects, just bring them on by.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, no quest update then. We read that, right? Yeah, Force Lords. See a little ladder there? That's so cool. Like, again, something that makes no difference whether it's there or not, but just the added detail makes the game feel a little bit richer. Alright. I know we just talked to her, but I did gain a few more open palm points, I think. Oh no. Give me 1 second. Did the game crash?
Are you getting
Nope.
slow in your old age, Jan?
The window just lost focus for some reason. And it's doing it again.
Always a pleasure to talk to another warrior. You have some understanding.
Nope. Still not enough.
When-
Alright, we'll keep trying. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening with the game, though. That was kind of annoying. Alright, so... well, while we're in town, let's go ahead and see about those two potential husbands. Oh, it doesn't mention in the quest. Oh, that's cool. You can find... No, it's all your dialogue. Okay. Here, message.
When you feel that you sufficiently understand the way of the open palm, return to me. Always a pleasure to talk to another warrior.
That's so cool.
My game of Yi with Jiang.
So, how's the husband hunting going?
Wow, I never knew you could do that. Not sure if you could do that in the Xbox version, or if I didn't know about it, or if I just forgot, or if it's only a PC thing, but either way, that's pretty cool. Not especially useful, but still pretty cool. So I might actually have to use that because, okay, she said the southeast area of town was one of them, and the other one is in the Teahouse. For whatever reason, I guess she's not really a sailor.
Irkana.
Look at that wall, it goes up over the mountain. It probably would have been easier to level the hill, but whatever. Or, you know, just go around the hill. But I keep thinking of her as, like, I guess because it's a boathouse, so I guess they must have some operations on the sea. Never really quite made clear what they do. Are they shippers? Are they pirates? But whatever. And I believe she said he had a house. A courtesan might know about the eligible bachelors in town. Oh, look at the sunset. So calm and peaceful. These are all just merchant stalls that are open. I presume that this quest wasn't just like an unfinished quest, like they actually put the people in here somewhere. Alright, let's check the dialogue. I just want to make sure I'm not running in circles all day. See, at first I thought it would put the dialogue relevant to the quest, but apparently not. Alright. Chumin. Southwest over with, okay. Oh, is he the basket maker guy? Maybe. He seemed pretty nice. And Yaru is in the Teahouse. Alright, so I am on the complete wrong side of town. That's an old, like, 60s song, too. Forgot how it goes, but somebody was born on the wrong side of town, and I forget if it's the guy or the girl, but... Did we talk to her yet?
This is my corner. I paid for it.
Not sure who you paid, but okay. I will leave you to it, then. Hey, I can walk on water. It's like the only time in the game you actually can walk in water. That's so cool, though. It's like a pond, but the pond overflows and makes a little stream here. And naturally, the stream makes its way to the river. Why it gets skinnier, I don't know. I'll assume it also gets deeper, or part of the water is absorbed into the ground. That's so cool. There was a park my grandmother took my cousins and I to play at all the time near here, and there was a lake not too far from the beach. There was a little, like, little beach people could walk their dogs on and all. And it was close enough that actually you could there were like some reeds, like a swampy part of the lake where it wasn't too deep, close to the beach, and you could actually dig a trench from the lake to the ocean, and the water would actually flow into it. Not a lot of water, but enough to make a little stream until the sands, I guess, blew away or a rainstorm happened and got rid of the stream you dug. So my cousins and I would always dig a little stream, and it was so cool just to see the water flow from the lake into the ocean. I guess I should go down this way first. Random facts from my childhood that you guys may or may not be interested in, but I figured I would share them anyway, since all we're doing at the moment is running across town. Alright. Yeah, that guy's a little too talkative. I'm not sure I want to set him up with one of them. But this guy, remember, seemed very honorable. Chuman, yeah, it's him.
Welcome back to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I still don't have any wares to show you, I'm afraid. I'm still short on inventory.
Yeah, I guess the lake just got filled.
It's a shame my business is struggling so much. I really am a fine craftsman, but I could use someone to help organize things and help me out with some of my jobs.
That's right. He was looking for an assistant, and his wife could be his business partner. I hear you're looking for a wife.
You are well informed about our little town, stranger. It's true, I've thought about marriage. Sometimes I've even thought a good woman could help me run my business better. Why do you bring this up? Do you know of a suitable young woman who would be willing to marry a simple craftsman like myself?
I like how, like, practical they are, but I think it's realistic for this time period that the idea of falling in love and dating and romance, no, I'm sure there was some of it, but it wasn't quite the same. It was hard times, and you just had to find somebody that you could be compatible with and start a family with. Obviously, you two should get along to some degree, but that wasn't really the primary concern, it seems like. Do you know Eiling?
Eiling? The gang leader? She's beautiful, to be sure, but I've heard her beauty is only surpassed by her savage brutality. Why would I want to marry her?
You can intimidate him into it. So I don't really want to set him up until I've talked to the other guy yet, because he might be a better match for the seamstress. Oh, she's not the seamstress. I keep getting her confused with Lon, whatever the other lady's name is. And maybe the sailor seems like he would be a good fit. Sailors are kind of tough for, and I know this opposites attract, but research actually shows that's not, the opposites attract, but people who are more similar and share similar interests last better as couples. Hopefully I can come back and talk about this again later.
As you wish.
Alright, I didn't see a quest update, so that's good news. Can't go out that way. Can I go out this way? Squeeze. Yes, good. Alright, let's go to the Teahouse then. Gufu, the suite.
The dam is closed once again. Tien's landing may yet survive, and it is all because of you, most honorable stranger. Let me add my thanks to that of the rest of the town. It is nice to have one less thing to worry about. We have more than enough troubles here already. Goodbye, Great One.
See, and then there's, I'm leaning towards, if I can, setting her up with the craftsman. They seem like they might be a good match. And the sailor, assuming it's not that guy I met before, up with, what's her name? Jian Li? Whatever her name is. That's not it, I know. But that leaves nobody for the other guy, the farmer guy who came into town looking for a wife. So I kind of feel sorry for him. What about you? Just a patron. What about old Mother Quan? Is she interested in matchmaking? Or the waitress? What about the waitress? She could make a good wife for somebody.
I'm so glad that old mother is back in charge. She deserves this tea house, and honestly, this tea house needs her.
Patron. Yar. Oh, I think he is the sailor. Alright, before I do anything else, let me go ahead and equip my, let's see. So intuition is the best right now, even with the... Let me get rid of all these, because I want to see what it is base-wise. So intuition is the best by a little bit. So I want anything that gives bonuses to intuition. That does... That gives charm. Intuition plus 3. Intuition plus 2. Oh, there we go. That. Hey, 34 intuition. That should be enough for any check in this town. Don't see anybody up here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Yaru. Great. So that sucks. There's like 3 nice guys in town. Sorry, wait a minute. There's 3 nice girls in town. 3 or just 1? No, 2. So there's 2 nice girls, 1 nice guy, 1 jerk, and 1 guy who's nice but kind of an idiot. I just don't... I feel like either the 2 women could make a good match with the baker guy. Not the baker guy, the basket weaver guy. But, this is what'll make a good matchmaker. But this guy, I just don't want to set him up with either of them. I'm sure he'd be happy, but I think sooner or later the woman wouldn't be. And that's even wondering, is it even... I guess first I should confirm that it's possible for the other two to be together. The craftsman and Gufu the Sweet. Because if so, I think if somebody has to be with this guy, I think Eiling can put him in his place. It might actually make an interesting couple. And worst comes to worst, I think she wouldn't be afraid to I don't even know if divorce is a thing in the Jade Empire, but I think she'd be strong enough to... Oh, I thought that was Yoru for a second, but that's Yoru. Wait, that's Yoru. Who are you? Patron. Okay. They just look very, very similar. Alright. So let me see. Hopefully you guys don't mind. I'm spending most of this episode of matchmaking. Not my favorite thing to be doing in this game either, but I do want to, you know, these are real people, right? I gotta make sure that they have happily ever afters. It's a shame that, she isn't an option. You know, that's the thing too. Why am I trying to set up the Yaru with one of these 2 nice women and leaving the other guy, the farm guy, out in the cold? Like, is he the best catch? I'm not a woman and I'm not interested in guys, so I'm not the best judge perhaps, but I wouldn't think so. But he at least has a better personality than this guy does. So would you rather have a guy who's a complete jerk and a misogynist, but is sophisticated and I don't know if he's good looking, but he's at least in better shape, or somebody who's... He's out of shape, but he's a big guy, so he is strong, presumably, and works a farm. Not the brightest bulb in the pack, but he seems earnest. I know we're going in circles now. What about you? You interested in a wife?
Praise the Emperor. No. Old Mother Quan is back in charge, and I'm back steeping tea where I belong.
It's a shame, because
no more
like
giving out bad advice for me.
A little young, but, I don't know, maybe. Alright, so let's see if we can set up Gufu and the basket guy. Oh, not this again. Alright, take 2. Yay, there we go. Alright.
I'm surprised to...
Tiens Landing is doomed? No, the dam's closed.
Pirates are raiding the countryside, capturing peasants and taking them as slaves. Luckily, they have not attacked Tiens Landing yet.
Yeah, I haven't fixed that part yet.
Of course.
Do you have your coin purse with you? What am I going to steal her money?
Goodbye, Great One.
So I guess I can't set her up with the basket guy. what about the other guy? So, okay, let's think about this first. If I had the option, which of the two guys would I set up with Ai Ling? I think he would be a better match for Gufu, honestly, because I don't know. It's hard to get an idea of if Gufu is smart or sophisticated or whatever or not. She's clearly a little more sophisticated than this guy, but she is sweet, so I don't think she would mind the fact that she's a little smarter than he is. Whereas Ai Ling and the craftsman, they both have really good occupations and they're both into their work. She's good at managing books, obviously. She runs this whole organization, and he could really use somebody like that. Plus, you know, he does seem to get taken advantage of as far as business goes, so her business savvy could be useful. So yeah, let's see if I can do that. I could live with that outcome.
Hello again. I ain't had much luck finding myself a wife yet, but I'll keep trying. Big Tien's old father didn't raise himself no quitter.
See, I do, but is he just an option for what's her name, or is he an option for somebody else?
You do? That's great! Is she pretty? Is she a nice, simple gal who'll help me out on the farm and keep me warm at night?
See, he wants a night. Well, she's not that simple. See, this is one of those things I really want to look up and see if it's even possible to match Goof. Maybe Goof of the Sweet is not just there just to talk to. Maybe she's not interested in a husband. But it just seems like with so many, I don't know, so many eligible people in town, I almost want to... Yeah, she's all wrong for you. That, I think, is true.
Okay.
Alright, you guys are going to have to forgive me for a quick second. I usually don't like liking things up in video games, but this I feel like it's not like a... It doesn't affect my character, it's just to make everybody else happy. So, let me real quick look up Gufu the Sweet and see if she... see if she can be match made. Nope. No, so it doesn't look like she's part of that quest. That's a shame, because I think she would have been a good match for either the baker or the guy I'm talking to now. So... Yeah, I don't want to read too much about the quest, so I don't want to spoil it. I want to just make my best guess and see what happens. Let's see. Alright. So it does look like Gufu is not interested in a husband, and of the 3 bachelors in town, they're basically the 3 choices for her. So I'm going to go ahead and try to set this guy up. I think of the 3, they'd be the best couple. Shame that I couldn't match up anybody else, but you do what you can, and sometimes people just have to find love of their own accord. There's that guy, but he's much too talkative.
Welcome back to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I still don't have any. It's a shame.
Looking for a wife. Yeah, Ai Ling could help you with your business.
Well, she did turn that gang of thugs into a rather efficient criminal organization, and she is quite attractive.
Smart and pretty. Not a bad combination.
I guess it couldn't hurt to go talk to her. Come on, let's go see Ai Ling.
Oh, it could hurt, but thankfully I'll be there.
Hello, Ai Ling. I'm Chuman the Craftsman. I'm pleased to meet you.
What's wrong with you? You look like you're gonna throw up. If you vomit on my floor, you'll be cleaning it up yourself.
So I almost want to see what would have happened if the other two, if Yuang and her had met. Oh, you know, If I had thought of that 5 seconds ago, I probably would have brought him here first and then kind of sabotaged it and found somebody else. I bet you can do that. But just to see the conversation. But I'll have to read about it on the wiki. And I guess you guys will have to do the same. I like that you can kind of set up the relationship as well. Give him a chance. You can be pretty intimidating.
Forgive me, but this isn't easy. Things are moving quite quickly here. I'm more used to taking things slow and careful. Perhaps it's the nature of being a craftsman.
That's right. You're a woodworker, aren't you? I remember seeing your wares in the market square. You've made some beautiful pieces.
He doesn't have a thriving business. And I think she'll be able to fix this. So let's go with this one. He's a true artist.
I'm an excellent craftsman, but I'm terrible at business. Between suppliers who don't deliver what they promise and customers who won't pay, I can barely afford to feed myself.
Yeah, they could be a good partnership. I want to go with this one because it makes more sense, but my charm is not as high as my intuition, so... You two both seem to already know quite a lot about each other. I think you wanted me to introduce you. That's a good
You're
point.
a sensitive man, Schumann. You have the gentle soul of an artist. What you need is a woman with some steel in her spine to back you up.
I'd like that, Eiling. I've often thought that if I had someone strong by my side, someone to help me, I could turn things around.
Maybe opposites do attract.
I think Schumann and I should spend some more time getting to know each other. Just the two of us.
Well, you do have that nice office upstairs, so I will leave you two alone.
You lived up to your part of the bargain and brought me a decent prospect, so I'll live up to mine. Here's the silver I promised you.
I've never seen so much silver before. I've been owed it, but I never managed to collect.
I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful partnership.
Is that a Casablanca reference? Alright, that worked out pretty well. Feel bad for Big Gian, but only so much I could do. Alright, so got some silver for that. But I did not get any I don't think open palm points, unfortunately. So the Sickened Forest or the Pirate Lair. Let's go ahead and begin the Sickened Forest, shall we? Let me just check one more time.
Are you getting slow? Oh, you have some.
No. Yeah, I don't think I even had any points since I last talked to her. Once I'm done here, though, I'm definitely going to take some time and look up what the other two alternatives would have been, see how they worked out. Then again, I suppose we never know how they actually work out in the long term, just in the short term. And you could probably persuade them into any couple giving it a try. Alright. To the Great Forest we go. My guardian spirit and I, or guardian demon and I. Yeah, this area I remember a little bit. This is a fun one as well.
These trees are sick. They bend like they're in pain.
Demonic magic blackens the trees, but there is more at work here. We must be careful in our search. It's a little creepy. Interesting that he can talk through her, though, without having to physically appear. Oh, those guys. Alright, let's get into Spirit Thief first. Something Spirit. Can't see what he's called because of the thing. My cast bar in the way, but... And when I looked up the Goopoo the Sweet, I minimized my recording software, so I can't even look over there to see it. Alright, not too tough. That must be Lord Yun.
We hurried down as quickly as we could, but I see you had the situation well in hand. I'm impressed. Not many people can disperse the spirits of the dead with any ease.
Are these ghosts a major problem?
They grow worse by the day, and I've almost given up hope of finding a solution. My manners desert me. I am Lord Yun, owner of this land, and charged by the Emperor himself to keep it safe.
Not doing a great job so far.
You should turn back south to Tiens Landing. This is the safest part of the Great Southern Forest, and even it is polluted with these strange ghosts.
Perhaps there is some way I can help you.
Help me? That's certainly a kind offer, but I'm not sure that anyone... Wait a moment. You don't look like a pilgrim or one of the poor folk trying to escape Tiens Landing. Would it be out of line to inquire as to what brought you here?
I suggest you just take help where you can get it and not ask too many questions. Yeah. No particular reason, I am simply passing through.
Passing through? So you intend to head north? I'm sorry to say, but that simply won't work. Even caravans employing skilled warriors have been forced to turn back under these ghosts' assaults. I could only reach Tiens Landing by using my flyer.
Is there any chance you could fly me to the Imperial City?
It depends on how long you have to spend waiting. My flyer will not return for at least a month, as I knew it would take some time to set matters straight.
I can't wait that long.
Unless we can find a way to remove these ghosts, though, I'll be stuck here warning people away from this place until I'm driven out by the dead.
It seems I need your wind map to travel north.
Indeed, though you would also need a flyer with enough fuel to manage the trip. Those are in precious short supply in this area of the Empire. Then again, you seem resourceful, and I believe resourceful people find ways to get things done. Perhaps you could get something done for me. If so, I might be persuaded to foolishly risk the Lotus Assassin's wrath by making a copy of one of their precious maps.
I think we have a deal. What do you propose? Oh, this is... I want to say this just to see what he says. He probably is going to say, I don't keep it on me. But obviously that's not part of our character's personality. So what do you propose, Lord Yun?
The deal is simple. Find out why my land sickens, why it is home to so many ghosts, and you will have your map.
You have a deal. I will find out what's wrong with your land.
Two things threaten the entire length and breadth of this forest. The trees blacken with disease, and ghosts flock to this place like no other in the Empire. I suspect that these things are related, and, more importantly, that they're related to a fox called the Forest Shadow.
Who is the Forest Shadow?
She is a powerful spirit that has long been an ally of my family. Personally, I've had little to do with her. My father and his father before him, however, felt strongly that she should be revered. They considered her the true guardian of this forest.
What do you mean by a fox?
Just that. She is a fox spirit, and thus one of heaven's tricksters. The fox can take on the forms of men and women, and will often do so to test us.
Very interesting.
Personally, I don't think they have any right to deceive us, but my father felt that our family's good fortune came from just such a test passed long ago by an ancestor. Some sort of ancient alliance in which she was guardian of the forest, while we owned the land in the world of men.
It's kind of a cool idea. So why do you think these ghosts are related to the spirit?
She is a powerful being, one my father considered the guardian of this forest. If this place is filled with ghosts, then I suspect that it is either because of or in spite of her.
Maybe she's not pleased about something. Alright, what do I need to do?
I think something is wrong with the Forest Shadow, and I want you to find her and figure out what is happening. Once we know that, we'll have a clear idea of what we face.
I will do what I can to save her.
A noble sentiment, but when I look upon these trees, I'm afraid that you may have to destroy her. See what you can learn first, then we will act if it is necessary. Make your way up this ancient trail, and when you come to a fork, take the left path. That will lead you to a temple built long ago in the forest shadow's honor. Once there, find my hunter Spearcatch's Leaf, if he still lives. He claimed to remember some sort of ritual that my forebears used to contact the forest shadow. You might also want to keep an eye out for some small shrines that are scattered about the forest. Some of them are said to react to magic or charges of chi.
I want to know more details about this problem before I go.
Remember that you want to go to the temple by the left fork when you reach the branch up above.
So what's on the right
If you
fork?
go to the right, you can find the Pilgrim's Rest Inn.
Oh, yeah.
An establishment I technically own but have very little to do with.
How will I recognize the temple?
It is impossible to miss. The temple is an impressive structure carved into the rock itself.
Might I find any help at the inn?
You may, but I would find it unlikely. To call this area the safest part of the forest is misleading. The ghosts are numerous and vicious. How would simple travelers and innkeepers survive when surrounded and cut off by these ghosts?
That's all I need to know about the path.
What else?
Tell me more about Spearcatch's Leaf.
Spearcatch's Leaf is one of my best men, and I'm worried that I sent him to his doom. He insisted that he try this ritual, though. To keep him safe, I sent another mercenary up with him, a hulking fellow who seemed more than adept with his axes. This mercenary lacked your grace, poise, manners, and likely much of your skill, but then he had the good graces to work for the traditional pay, silver.
Silver I have, a wind map I need. What else is along this path?
Remember that you want to go to...
Yeah, I knew that.
If you go to the right...
Alright, how will you know that I've succeeded?
If the forest shadow is responsible, then you must find some way to stop her. Given her centuries-old connection to this forest, I expect we'll know in some way. If she is not the cause, then we can only pray that she knows more about things than us. Hopefully, you will be able to learn the truth from her.
The more I know, the better chance I have of succeeding.
That's true.
What is the purpose of these shrines you mentioned?
It is said that these shrines react when users of Qi focus their inner magics upon them. They light the path for pilgrims in the darkest nights. The ghosts in this forest seem to shy away from the light. It's possible that these shrines might drive them away for a time, or possibly weaken them.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about the shrines, but I think they do if you use them and then you fight ghosts nearby. The ghosts are weaker. Alright, I have work to do.
I was beginning to think there may be no cure for this place. Your arrival has given me some small measure of hope. Find Spearcatch's Leaf at the temple above and see what he has learned. Your wind map will be waiting when you find a cure.
Sounds like we have a deal. But this is going to have to wait for a future episode. I have some other stuff to take care of tonight. I might have time for an episode very much later, but I suppose it doesn't really matter to you guys either way because you'll see it when you see it. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great night, and take care.